What's good, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Prolific Group Podcast. And as you can see, this motherfucker is empty. But Crystal's back.
Nice to meet you.
You would that what you would. But welcome back, Crystal. And as you can see, the lovely lady, Asia, is here as well. Even though she was here last week. So, what's new?
Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, Scooby-Doo. So, how was everybody's week?
I'd rather not elaborate on that, but it was good. I'll say that, it was good.
You know, one episode, I expect positivity from you.
No, I said it was good.
Yeah.
He's lying.
I just said I won't elaborate.
More lies.
You can't wear dashiki and be negative, my brother.
Exactly.
I'm not negative, my brother. It is just not your definition of positivity. Continue.
I'd rather you just stay country.
I am country.
He said that while he drinking that poison.
Exactly.
Shame. It's good for the soul. It's good for the soul.
Who's so?
Shit, man.
Your hat or your July 4th hat?
I don't recall.
Well, this episode just got political in the course of 5 seconds. But with that being said, happy Father's Day and happy Juneteenth.
Stay black.
Stay black. So, Asia, what's on the agenda today?
Well, for this episode, today's topic is about: do you believe that preferences can be harmful, or should it be acceptable? Preferences as in when you think about dating somebody, whether they're tall, short, athletic, not athletic, you know, things like that. So I want to know you all thought about preferences, specifically dating preferences. Like, is it okay, or can it hurt you, yourself, or do you believe, do you also believe can it hurt somebody else? What are your thoughts? Amari looks like you got a lot to say.
I just got a few things.
What are your few things?
I will say that it's a double-edged sword. It can or can't hurt you, but you also have to realize, you know, the areas that dating preferences touches. It definitely touches male or female. It touches your carnality as a human being, and what is gonna seem like it's a stretch or far off the deep end. It definitely hints at your sexual desires. I mean, it is what it is, bro. I mean, if I put it in the layman's terms, I hate to put it like this, but you want to see somebody taller with you when you intimate in that moment. You want somebody taller. Like, that's just how it is. It touches your carnality, and it touches your sexual preference, but more so your carnality because of the genetics you, I guess, subconsciously and consciously want to pass on. So, you know, it comes into play with a whole bunch of stuff, but it's definitely a double-edged sword. Mostly when it comes to your sexual desires.
Okay.
I was here with you, bro, until you said sexual desires. Goddamn.
Well, Dustin, what are your thoughts?
I gotta get it back, man. You kept these people have sexual desires. If I don't get it for a woman, somebody gotta give up some butt. That man called it Fleece Johnson, y'all.
Nah, I didn't quote him.
Hey, that's his
I
word.
didn't start laughing until he laughed. That's when I picked up on it. So that was definitely your fault, bro.
He trademarked that word. I wouldn't say sexual desires anymore. So I'm passing to Crystal. You gotta come back to me.
Man.
Well, Crystal, what are your thoughts?
I don't think preferences are harmful. Well, depending on what the preferences are, I don't think they're harmful. You know, everybody likes different things. That's what a preference is. You like this, but I like that. So it's different. I wouldn't necessarily say it's about sexual desires, because some people don't have physical preferences.
That's a damn lie.
No, it's not
That's a
lie.
damn
No.
lie.
So if they don't have physical preferences. What would you say they have?
They might have like other preferences, like personality-wise, stuff like that.
You gotta look at somebody and see if you like them.
I mean, how could you determine somebody's, personality? Oh,
Without looking at them.
yeah.
What you mean? Personality and how a person looks is different.
No, because see, somebody can say something and you look at how that person's facial reaction is. They don't necessarily have to say something. You can just be like,
That's
you can
them
determine
showing
how
off
they.
their personality. That's
I'm
them
saying-
showing
Yeah,
their
that's okay. You can
I'm
give
saying
that personality a physicality.
Let's say a personality, when it comes to personality preference, like how can you dictate that? I mean, like, I just wanted you to elaborate.
It's more so like the characteristics that they have. That's your preference.
But that requires you to talk to that person to kind
Yes.
of get a feel for that person.
Yeah.
Like that preference can't really, it can be determined, but it has to be built.
Well, I would say it's really built, cause like what you like, that's your preference. You just learn if that person fits that preference that you have.
Can you provide an example of what you mean when you say personality preference? Like what's an example that you can utilize?
Like you have like if you prefer somebody with like a good sense of humor, you prefer somebody that's nice. Some people like them like a little mean. Like
You can fake that though.
I mean, yeah, you don't. But I think you only fake it for so long.
Yeah.
You
Well,
don't fake
unless
it
you're a
for so long.
sociopath. Then you can fake it. Well, what did the guy say on Princess and the Frog?
You're almost there.
No, that's not it.
Okay,
You
that's
got
fine.
all night.
Oh, the damn alligators on you. We got all night.
I still don't think preferences are. I don't think they're that harmful. Sometimes they can be close-minded.
Closed-mindedness is harmful.
Yes,
I definitely agree with closed
they
mind.
can be close-minded. I know a few people whose preferences are a little close-minded, but different strokes for different folks. So
And they damn sure out there trying to stroke. But
I'm saying,
I,
Asia,
yeah,
Oh God.
she heard stroking and got the juices going.
What? No, it did
Damn.
not.
Hey, Crystal, we might have to.
Keywords. It's a
Might have
necessity.
shut up.
Might have to exit.
Shut up.
I feel like when it comes to preferences, I feel like it varies from person to person. I also feel like there's different preferences because there are people out there that can see past physical looks and just want to get to know the person, like their interests or what they like to do, who they are, things like that. Which, yes.
In 2023, you
Yes.
think that?
Yes.
Yeah, there's people out there that's like that. Some people are like, before they have romantic feelings, they rather build a foundation of truly getting to know the person.
Like a friendship, like build a friendship.
Yeah, still build the friendship first that can lead to dating. Why y'all do that?
Y'all didn't see what he just did.
I watched what he did. Fuck what he did.
I ain't even say, bro. I ain't even say that.
Nah, what you gotta say, bro?
What you gotta say?
I ain't
Like,
even
what's
say that,
up?
bro.
Make your comment.
I ain't did that.
Like, what's up, bro?
This is bullshit.
What's the issue? What's really the issue with that in 2020?
I didn't say that. Continue. Don't
Nah, bro.
Pour up, drink, face shots, drink.
Hey man, I'm just chilling. I'm
Nah,
just
I'm like,
enjoying this political conversation. That's all I'm doing. I apologize for my outburst.
I do not accept your apology.
Okay. Mr. Persian, go ahead. It's your turn.
I didn't even get to finish. Y'all niggas sitting here laughing.
Girl, you stopped and you said that I had anything to say. I said no. Please, I apologize for my outburst. You said F your apology as if you didn't have anything to say.
Correction, I say I do not accept your apology. But fuck you.
Same thing.
Finish your thought.
As I was saying before, two rude niggas for laughing. as I was saying, I feel like purposes, like I said, very person to person. Some people can like look past looks and just love the person on the inside. But I also think that purposes can be harmful, especially like when it comes to race and how like it can not only affect, like it's harmful to like other people versus themselves, where like they can spew out hate based on their purposes. So that's what I think. Nah.
Well, it wasn't laughing anymore at that point, was we?
No, absolutely not. See?
See, we ain't all bad.
Whatever.
All niggas ain't bad.
I guess.
All niggas ain't bad.
Sure.
I can agree. Preferences can make you closed-minded. It can be harmful, in my personal opinion, because it's not so much harmful to other people, but harmful to yourself, because it's self-inflicted. Your preferences can block your own blessings, depending on how, strange it is. 'Cause, there's some people out there that only want a certain type of person. I want him to be funny. I want him to be over 6 foot or over 6'4". Your preference can only go so far to the point where the person that you're looking for doesn't exist, and you're kind of deviating from the idea of letting love happen naturally, because you never know who you're going to attract. You never know who may be that person, that ideal person for you. But when it happens naturally, bro, you're always surprised in the end. You never know what's gonna be that ideal guy or that ideal girl. But when you have these preferences, it can be harmful. It can be hurtful, and you kind of blocking your own blessings. Like I said, that's kind of my spin on it.
Interesting take.
You got something else? You got something to add, bro?
Well, I don't necessarily have nothing to add per se, but adding all these social stigmas, it kind of berates the room of your carnality, your natural impulses, to receive natural attraction. So I think preferences, especially in 2023, do more harm than good, instead of people just, shutting the hell up sometimes and just coasting to see where they gonna end up.
So, I'm glad you brought that up. So, would you guys say that preferences are more on the sexual end or more on the dating end in 2023?
I'm about to say, please put it in 2020. Please make sure you say.
Because in my opinion, people seem like they have preferences more on the sexual end than the dating end. Because they like everybody wanna fuck a tall girl. Everybody except him. Everybody wanna fuck people of different races. Everybody.
This nigga go, oh my God. Make sure you cut that out. You can't say that on the camera, nigga. Damn, cut. They don't need to know.
Is it not true?
I ain't saying it ain't true, nigga. Don't tell everybody.
Well, I mean, it's too late. It's already out there.
You heard the news. Don't act confused.
Exactly.
I know these races. I ain't that nigga now.
But to answer your question, I feel like it can go both ways. But I feel like it can go both ways. But to speak on the sexual end, I feel like people expectations on the sexual end is like way too high. Like they have this ideal body type, and it's not where like it's in the box, and everybody is not like that. Or like they flip flop between like if a girl is not experienced enough, then they just go find somebody else who would. Same way, like if a man not experienced enough, they'll find somebody else that would. So it's kind of like when it comes to sexual preferences, it's like really high. But then to flip it, you can also say that for the dating end too, where people want these high ass expectations, but they receive average or or sometimes below average, but sometimes you gotta take what you take and then just build from there.
So do you think all this negativity is basically because the average person lacks moral fiber?
Moral fiber. Can you
Yeah. Moral fiber.
can you like explain?
Yeah, I heard that word a while.
Moral fiber is basically having a good set of principles to operate by. That's not crass. That's not crude in nature. That's definitely lighthearted and ambiguous towards the positivity aspects of meeting new people and striving in life with a companion. And not necessarily just, that's just speaking for a dating sense. Moral fiber definitely has a broader range of what it applies to, but for the sake of conversation, what we're talking about, yeah.
Like they trying to look for like an ideal candidate that's like perfect.
Yeah, they're trying to mold that perfect person, so they lack moral fiber, so the sexual implications are higher, and then they're so corrupt that even with the dating sense, it's more finite towards what you have and what have you achieved, what can you show me credit for type of situation. They greedy. They're more sinful than, I hate to use that word, I don't hate to use that word. I mean, I don't give a fuck, but they're more sinful than, gracious.
I wouldn't use sinful. I just feel like people try to look for an ideal person, like the perfect person, but in reality, nobody's perfect because everybody has their flaws. I would just say you need to avoid people that's abusive, narcissistic, murderous, avoid those type of people and find people that.
But how do we identify those type of people?
You can definitely identify that.
I think it depends because sometimes they won't show themselves until like afterwards.
Or just something happens.
It is very simple.
Yeah.
If you apply your focus to what you are trying to find out, you'll get it. Case in point. Y'all are master detectives. Women are master detectives when you think, and I quote, y'all said this upon several occasions collectively. I've seen y'all do it, don't deny it. This is every single last one of y'all, 99.9%. When you think your man is cheating, y'all become master detectives, and upon occasion, throughout the course of social media or American history, y'all have announced that y'all can catch y'all man. If you apply that level of focus towards other things that could be red flags, I'm pretty sure you can catch them, especially with all the technology we have in our hand.
But that's not really. That's catching a cheater is different than catching a narcissist or a person that's abusive though.
A cheater is a narcissist.
Two
They've
different-
already
two
made up
different
in their
people.
mind how it is your fault, where you're lacking
Well, yeah.
to accommodate themselves and make themselves feel good about the decisions they're making because they're not getting from you what they're getting from this other person.
But the thing,
Whether they do it for exhibition or just simply saying or doing whatever to cheat the rope of accountability.
Maybe they just want more. Like you're giving enough. They want more from someone else.
That's narcissistic.
Yes, it is narcissistic. But
So if you can catch them being a cheater, you can catch them if you apply that same level of focus for everything else. It is possible. If you have that capability innately, especially in our society where cheating is frowned upon as a woman, where you have adapted mentally, innately, and emotionally, carnally, as a woman, I'm pretty sure you can catch them being everything else. Y'all just didn't know it because you didn't think about it.
I mean, if you look, I hate to do it, but yes, women, we can find out a lot of things. Like, my friends like call me FBI, I can find all I need is a name, a picture, and I can find a lot of things about a person. So I feel like if you're doing that, you can find out a lot about like them, like through pictures, through their tweets, who they following, all that stuff. You can find out those things. But like you said, once we put in the focus to find those things, if you find what you're looking for, your preference is met. You know or not. Shut up. Shut up.
The more you fuck around,
The more you know.
But I'm talking about the ones that's like, yeah, a woman can do all of that, but they're having cases where they won't show themselves on social media, and there are ones that's like very charismatic that you're not really gonna really focus hardly on, because you just see a guy that's like, oh, he's family oriented, oh, he's charming, charismatic, things like that. Those are the type of people I'm talking about. The ones that like,
The ones that hide it.
the ones that like seriously hide it, because yeah, we can look on social media, yeah, we can follow them around, but they're not gonna show. But there are ones that's not gonna show themselves like that, especially in public, especially on social media, especially in front of their families.
I promise you, it's a way.
I know there's a way, but it's like, I think it's along the lines like, there is a way, but I'm talking about the ones that like escape through those cracks that you won't catch on until like, sometimes it can be too late, or sometimes it's like somebody else catching it for you.
They'll be the ones that go the extra measure to hide it.
Yeah,
Like you really doing a lot.
exactly. Like they can, like, there's even stories about like,
I'll tell you
people,
off camera the answer to that. I ain't gonna give them clues to the people that watch.
like I'm talking about like
isn't
people.
that why you're here? To give insight?
Yeah, but I don't want to give the people insight who are using this to help them hide more stuff.
So you
Insight.
want to help the,
Yeah, I don't want to help the enemy.
No, don't help them. Don't
I'm about to
help
say
them.
I'm trying to help the good people.
They
here.
probably, first of all, they probably already.
They
Yeah,
probably
know. Like the ones that fall through the cracks, like there are some that be living like fucking double lives out here. Like they can have 2 fucking families, 2 marriages, sometimes 3.
it's like a lot of work.
Secret.
Exactly.
Secret baby mamas, all that.
Exactly. And then I'm like, how the hell do these people, how do you correlate? Then they literally like set up a perfect life that you're not gonna like
You're not gonna
find it until you see like really
or you slip up.
that,
I'm
or
gonna say,
see
from
like
the
the
words of
finer
a pimp,
details.
Analyzing the iceberg slim, the way he did it was he had an individual emotional sentiment with each of his women. So family number 1 is gonna be different from family number 2. If I connect with this woman by saying that, hey, I'm a truck driver, I need you to be down for the fact that my love is gonna be conveyed by my time spent away on the road to make sure you provide for, and she eat that up, she responds to that, okay, I got my family number 1 secured.
Exactly. And then
Family number 2,
you can say I'm a businessman, I travel, I meet these different businesses. They're gonna accept that. Then you got family number 3. They can travel outside the states. They be like, well, I got a business outside the states. They're not gonna check that until like,
you can't be that baby in 2023 though.
no, you can't.
Nah, you can't. No. That ain't gonna work. So I mean, yeah,
But
fellas
some
out there,
can.
if you thinking you gonna try that shit, you might want to try it again. I normally have our back, I ride with the fellas.
I don't love these hoes. Why would I start a family with them?
Man, you hell, but
If I don't love them, why would I start a family with them?
I mean, sometimes it ain't. It's about what you can achieve. See, Iceberg Slim didn't love none of his hoes. It was about the service they could provide to make him rich.
So they were giving him money.
Oh, that was
Some
something
people
they
out
asked
there
on.
are like that.
Right.
That was
They're
something
like,
they
get
asked on.
money. All they gotta say is,
So when
Beg on them.
his hoes, sorry babe, not to cut you off. So when they his hoes,
They were his hoes, but at the same time, each one had the ideal impression that they held a certain type of role in the stable. He still called them bitch, he still called them hoe. But before, when he met them individually, if you gonna be my girl and I'm gonna be your man, he rapped to him like that. And then they find themselves turning tricks in the street, satisfying their sexual urges because he knew that they were freaks, and bringing him home the money.
Iceberg Slim, y'all. Go ahead, babe. Sorry to cut y'all.
I forgot what was. And then you got people like that like extort money from like they just say, oh, I just need $5,000 for my business. They will run out and get it, and won't think nothing of it. So it's like, with purposes, I feel like it's like a double-edged sword. Sometimes it can be good, sometimes it can be bad. Some people weaponize it. Some people use it for like just to get sexual gain over people, power over people. It's just like.
You made a good point. When they say something like, oh, I need $5,000 for the business, this is a good example of how to avoid that narcissistic crap so we can get over the hump and people stop making excuses. If somebody say they need $5,000 for their business and you intimate with this person, you with this person, to say the least, they need to have all cards on the table by principle, period, in a relationship. So you need to understand what it means to run a business, even though it's not you, it's your partner running the business, and they need to lay every single thing on the table, and you need to be knowledgeable of that. You need to understand of what a specific document may look like that they may need provided to you by your state, so they have the proper certification. You need to know if it's a fake, you need to know if it's real. Like, you need to know every extent of detail when it comes to that. And for somebody saying that, oh, you need to trust your partner. Yes, you do need to trust your partner, but here's the flip side to that. Upon meeting somebody, until you have spent an excerpt amount of time studying this person to the point where you don't have to worry without a shadow of doubt, you need to realize upon meeting them, they are a stranger. When you first meet somebody, they are strangers. Even though there are people in your family, anybody outside of your bodily experience in operation, until you have lived inside their soul, heart, and mind, they are a stranger. Know the ins and outs, know the details of each event and assignment. There are no more excuses. You can call me conservative. Y'all know I don't give a single fuck, but I'm passing it on to my group members.
I think he's crazy.
I can be mad.
I think he said enough.
I give you that one.
Mm-hmm.
I think he said what needed to be said. I didn't really have nothing to say after that. But when it comes down to preferences, it definitely caters to certain individuals. It can definitely be harmful, hurtful, not to other people unless they're using their preferences to impact their everyday lives in order to gain certain ideal entities or attributions. From that standpoint, then you are hurting the other individual, but for the most part, preferences only hurt the beholder, which is you. That's all I really have to say. Amari said his spiel. Maybe do you have anything else you want to add?
Be mindful of your preferences.
Sorry, go ahead.
Be realistic.
Right, be realistic, but be realistic and be honest with yourself.
Don't go out there trying to find the mandingo. And don't go out there trying to find a waterfall.
Only thing I would say is keep an eye out for narcissists and abusers, and care for. It's also Mental Health Month, Men's Mental Health Month too. So be kinder to Black men, be kinder to Black women, and also make sure you stay up on your man's mental health. Look out for narcissists and abusers, and try to keep an open mind about your purposes as well. Don't be too harsh on people, because in reality, we're not perfect. We have flaws.
You never know who you're gonna find out there. even if you go a step outside your preference, you might find somebody else.
Yeah, they said be mindful of the black man. We know they're not gonna do it, but at least consider it. At least consider it.
He's absolutely right. I'm not perfect, as they, said before, but black men out there, if you taking heed to my social media, I have done extensive research on meditation and obtaining, stability, especially with your mental. So if you have any questions, just find my social media. I am Amari_ Instagram, and just holler at your boy. I give you the keys the best way I know how to help you out. So thank y'all for tuning in. I'm Amari Rakestraw.
Way to sell yourself, my boy. Like you said, thank you for watching. This was a great, short little episode. Not too shabby, not too long, but want to do more episodes like this. Thank you for Crystal for showing up. Wish you would have followed the color schemes, but hey, it is what it is. It is what it is.
Subscribe to the channel. Comment on what you think down below.
And be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We want to hear what you guys have to say. But this is Destin Sean and the crew. You already heard their names. Be sure to follow them. Oh, thank you, Crystal, for showing up again. We know you're going to be here next time. Thank you again. Tune in for another episode of Prolific Group Podcast. Peace.
Assalamu alaikum.